You've asked for it, so I'm going to give it to you. Theta and Theta Fuel. That's what we're going to be looking at and seeing, is this a project still worth going into? Are you too late? How much room is there for growth? I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for liking, and especially your comments. If you hold Theta or Theta Fuel, please let me know. And when did you go into it? And how do you feel about it? So let me go and share my screen and we'll start to get into this. And this is where I'm going to start off. We'll do some fundamentals together and look at that. And I'll share my thoughts as we go through it. And then I will throw in a little technical analysis to see if you were going to do a trade on this, where would be potentially a good entry point and an exit point. And of course, this is not investment advice. You have to do your own due diligence. We're just going to do this for fun, purely for entertainment. Okay. So right now, as of today of this recording, it is May the 8th, and it's 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. Theta is at $11.86, and the market cap is just shy of 12 billion. And I know there was a little bit of a pump recently, and we'll hop over to the chart afterwards. We've got close to 800 million trading volume. And let me just go and let's just take a look at where are we at in 24 hours. We're just shy of 1%, and in 7 days 3.5%, 14 days 37.2%, and in 30 days we're upside down. We are negative, but for the year we're positive 7,000%. So this is going to be important. Like if I was going to go into Theta, because I don't know, I have not looked at this token before. I've just heard a number of you saying, Joanna, please talk about Theta. So we're doing this together. All right, so I see here it's on Binance, it's on Huobi Global, and I know that it is also on Gate.io because that's what I love. I'm a mega fan of Gate.io. Let's just pop over here to Theta Token, and you can see, well, I'll tell you, let me just go back a step. I feel when I saw what I'm about to show you, this to me is always is a good sign, I think, when you have a super strong team. That is one of the things that I look at, because if you don't have a good team, then it's really hard to make something work. When it's something, a project of this nature, which is, for those of you who don't know, is video streaming. Now, there are other projects, of course, within DeFi that are they are fully community focused, and we don't know who the team is. The team is anonymous. So there's these different types of projects online, but with Theta, this when I took a look at the team, I went, wow, okay, this is pretty hardcore. So you've got Samsung VR, esports on blockchain, G Fuel, and Theta.tv, and Steve Chen, co-founder of YouTube. So he says, Theta's innovation is set to disrupt today's online video industry, much in the same way that the YouTube platform did to traditional video back in 2005. One of our biggest challenges has been the high cost of delivering video to various parts of the world, and this problem is only getting bigger with HD, 4K, and higher quality video streams. I'm excited to be part of the next evolution of the streaming space, helping Theta create a decentralized peer-to-peer network that can offer improved video delivery at low costs. So when you are not using, my understanding is when you're not using your video, someone else locally can have access to your bandwidth. And then while those users are using your bandwidth, you earn Theta Fuel, which is pretty cool. It's a win-win. It's a symbiotic relationship, which is fantastic. And you can see here, let me just go down here, enterprise validator nodes. We've got Google, blockchain, Sony, Samsung, Binance, Gummy. I mean, like yeah, it's super strong. So here we go. We've just got in more depth here. When you go to stream something and just it buffers and it's just a nightmare, and you can't really enjoy it because you're having those constant interruptions. So this just makes things work super efficiently. And of course it is on the blockchain. And this is it's exciting. I think this is really exciting. I mean, this project looks, to me, just from just my first look at it looks phenomenal. What I wanted to do was go to the team here, and we can see here, if we just scroll down here, from gaming background, Mitch Liu from GameView Studios, everyone's got computer science, computer engineering degrees, like off the charts. I wanted to scroll down a little bit. To me, that really stood out when I look at the amount of investors that they have on board here. I mean, so many VCs here. What also stood out to me is CAA, Creative Artist Agency, which is one of the largest talent agencies in the world. And so if they're getting behind this and supportive of it, and Samsung is, then I'm just like, okay, I see CAA on something, especially within the realm of entertainment. You just know it's going to be a hit, because CAA doesn't put their name to anything that really isn't going to come through and be top notch. For example, I mean, Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, represented by CAA. I don't know if they still are. I'm sure they probably still are. And just a number of huge people from mega film stars. So we've got here also from media advisors here. We just saw the quote from Steve Chen, co-founder of YouTube. And who else stood out to me here? Head of ventures for UTA. UTA is United Talent Agency, is another huge agency like CAA. What else here stands out to me? Co-founder of Twitch, Justin Kan. And I don't know CJ Hello, and I probably should do a Korean network here. And Verizon, Chief Network Officer at Verizon Digital Media, Rakuten, Microsoft. I mean, it's like just massive here when you just look at who is involved. And Sequoia Capital, that stands out to me as well. So insane team, just huge, right? So I just keep scrolling down to show you. So that is big. Now let's just take a look of what's happened and where things are in terms of what can we expect next? Because for some people who are in it, maybe they're wondering what to do to hold. I know that as I just looked, I saw that definitely is a downward trend that has just happened. It pumped, and then I'm going to look at the chart with you in a minute to share my thoughts on that. If we look here in the Q1 for 2021, TNT20, Theta Network Token, Minter expanded for NFTs, pre-elite edge node for staking testing, one-click delegated staking within Theta Wallet, decentralized exchange on the Theta blockchain, NFT marketplace on Theta blockchain, second Theta hackathon launches. Now Q2, which we are in right now, mainnet 3 launches, elite edge nodes, TFUEL staking and burning. And you'll see, I'm going to show you in a moment with TFUEL, you can see that definitely has, the price of that has gone up considerably. Official Theta app released for Ledger and or Trezor. So those are hardware wallets. V2 Edge Compute with expanded video transcoding encoding. For Q3, what can we expect? Edge caching, new use cases, game patches, software updates. Edge compute, new use cases, machine learning, AI, other computer-heavy jobs, and then Edgecast, fully decentralized streaming, decentralized apps. And lastly, in the Q4 of 2021, beta of Edge storage, integration, advanced smart contract developer platform. So just a lot of stuff going on there. Huge. And what I want to do now, let me just hop back over here. And so we looked here at the price 1186 for theta, and we said it was almost 800 million for the volume for trading. Let's go to TFUEL and take a look at that. And this is just like, this is how I do. I'm just going through the process of how I do when I'm researching and I'm looking at whether I want to go into something. It doesn't say the market cap. There's a close to 50 million trading volume here, and it's 38 cents. And it was a high of 43. It's been around for about a year. If we look at the all-time low, 0.0009, and now look, 56 cents was almost 57 cents was the all-time high. And 17,000% in a year it went up. So, is it a good idea to go into theta fuel? This is one of the things that I know for people, and an experience I had with going into VeChain and then seeing VeThor was so much less than VeChain. I thought, I'm going to go into VeThor. And it can be very erratic. When I look at this, even though it's a different price point from VeThor token, it's that same, it looks like a similar type of pattern that I see here, which is just feels super, super volatile. I mean, anything in crypto is volatile, but it just looks there's a period where something called pump, and then I know for myself, I thought, oh, it's just going to keep going up. And then it doesn't stay there. It goes through quite a retracement, and then it can take a while, really quite a while to go back up there. Whereas say the main token, rather than the fuel, the gas, that has more of a sort of not such violent movement that occurs. That's something that I have definitely noticed. So for me personally, like, what would I do here? Would I go, oh, well, the TFUEL price is 38 and theta right now is $11 something. So why don't I just go, because I've only got a certain budget, pile into TFUEL? Now that I've been getting some tokens and having experience for this for a while, what I would do is that I would be going into the theta. And then I think what I would want to do is just allow myself to earn the fuel. And so here we go. Let's just come over to theta and just take a look at what's been happening here. We're in Gate.io. If you do not already have a Gate.io account and you would like to be able to get some of the fabulous tokens on here, please use my link in the description below. And I would love that. That'll be awesome. Then we can do stuff on Gate together. Okay, so let's just take a look here. I am on the 5 minutes. I'm gonna go to the 15 minutes here. What did I just see there? Look at that. Wow, on the 15-minute. This is crazy. Well, when something is dumping like this, I feel like because of where we are in the cycle of altcoin season 2021, do you need to be worried if you hold theta? No, not based off of the team and what I see, everything that they're rolling out. That for me, if I was holding theta right now, I'd just be like, oh, okay, no big deal, just hold it and just look in a few months' time. I wouldn't be worried about it at all. And let's just see here. If what was the other thing that I wanted to say with that? Oh my gosh, it'll come back to me in a second. Oh yeah, if you were going to go in, right? So now, like, what would be a good entry point if one was going to hop in there? And I just want to take one more look. I like to go back and forth between the hourly here. So on the hourly, you can see overall, look, let me just go in so we can look at this from a couple of different, we want to look at it in a couple of different ways. Let me just move this over here. So we just pumped, right, from a few days ago. That was around the 4th of May. And I want to go from here, where it had just dumped down, and then we hit the top all the way up here. So we just had over a few days here, what, 1, 2, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had like a 4-day run to the upside. And then let me just go out a little bit here. But if we look overall, let's just see here. I mean, this line, we've got it here, but you could also say, well, it's actually running all the way back to here. And that goes back to April 23rd. Right, so there's just a couple of different ways that we can view this. We had all the way up here. Wow, it was like close to 15, almost $16 here. And okay, let me just look at this because I'm looking at this in real time. I've never looked at this chart before. And wow, so it really went parabolic from over here. And back in February, we had a massive run up. Let's see, peak at 16. So how long then? It's testing, right? So let's just put a line in here. Okay, let's just put a horizontal line. Let's go with our red. So and I'm gonna go here to the top of the candlesticks rather than the candle wicks. Because even though, we got the wick here, but let's go from the stick because that's more decisive. So that's $15. So to me, it's pretty evident. You let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, let's expand this line here and just this line. This is what it's going up to test. So this is what you're going to be watching for if you are looking to go and get into theta. I have to keep moving things around here. So the volume's low right now. And let me just put the support line in here so that we can get a clear idea. Let's just go with our horizontal line. Let's go green. And I'm going to come over. I'm going to go from here. Look, can you see where that line from here? So let's just stick that line in here. We're going from here. Actually, let's lift it up a teeny bit more. There we go. No, too much. Let's go there. Yeah, right around there. So we can see that support line that's there. Let me shorten this a little bit just to here. And I'm going to move myself down here so we can take a proper look at this. All right, so it came all the way, we had all the way down there to $8. And this is our range really. Now, if you're doing any leverage trading, I don't do leverage trading because in the US, for those of you who are newer to crypto, leverage trading is only allowed 5x, and that's on Kraken. So I just don't, I personally, I know some people will say, oh, we'll just use a VPN. But I think that, if you shouldn't be using a VPN, and the IRS are putting nodes all over everything. I mean, they're cracking down in a big way. Through Ivan on Tech, I got certified in digital assets taxation, and the CPA, David, who was explaining about that, was saying, I mean, I had already done all my tax filing and everything with crypto, but he really reiterated how important it is to be careful. And I think it's just like, it's not worth doing it. If it's not right to do something, then it's not right to do something. So because if IRS gets, they find out that you're doing that, they can just go and freeze all your assets, or the exchange will just go and kick you off, right? So just please be careful, crypto angels, please. All right, so if you are in a country where you are allowed to do margin swing trading, this right now, we can see right here, this is the range from, it goes all the way down to 820, all the way up to right here, just shy of 15. So this is the area, and then what I would do from there, if one's going to sort of to narrow things down, we're going to put a couple of other horizontal lines in. Let's go with different color here. Let's go with a thinner line here instead. And I'm going to go with green, and we're going to go here. Okay, actually, no, we're going to go orange. Let's go in between. Let's go orange. So we're going to go with this to here. And then I'm going to do the same again on the other side of this. This is if I was going to go leverage. And I'm going to go, I want to go up to here, but I feel it's, let's go here on this line, not to the top of this. I'm going to, actually, maybe I can. This didn't quite make it. So let's go like right around. All right, I'm going to go there. So that narrow, look, can you see that where that just brings that range closer? So look at orange here. So we've got 998 and 1384. So if I were to swing trade and I was to go and do margin trades on this leveraging, I would try and get an entry point. I would be waiting for it maybe to dip down to, well, I wouldn't wait all the way for 998. I'd probably come in just above, at like right around, maybe around 10, 4, like maybe around 1030, something like that. I mean, one could try and wait for this. It probably will. It's likely to go back and touch there, but I go just above that. It's 998, like 1028, something like that. I would look at that for my entry point. And then I would go and look to take profits because I feel pretty confident that it's going to go up to test 13.8. So I'd want to come in a bit below that. And you can see here, look, these couple of other times, it didn't quite make it up to 13.87. It made it to here, to 13.29. And then I'd come a little bit, so 13.2. So 13.2, I would put my sell order, my limit sell at 13.20, and I would do my limit buy at around 10.20, 10.30. That's how I go with that. And but right now, if we look sort of for longer term, what can we expect with Theta as it's moving up to go and retest? It's going up to retest the 1384, and if it can get past that, then will it go up towards 15 and beyond that? And it just hasn't been there yet. You can see there's very, very little volume on this, and it's falling, as you see, between the resistance and the support, that with this trend line, it is coming below this trend line. So this means that it could go and break down a little bit more. Why break down? What am I talking about? Break down, consolidate. It could go and consolidate. So how soon will it go and retest 15? When will it really start to make a move to the upside where it's going up to, say, $20 as its next price target? I would imagine this is where we would, let's just narrow this. Let's just go back to normal size again. And this is where what I would do is I would go back to Theta, and I would go back to where we go back to their roadmap. That's what I would do. This is how I would sort of figure. And look, nothing's set in stone. You can look at something on a roadmap, but it doesn't mean that things are going to happen in that way. With I've noticed that lately, sometimes that news comes and it maybe it doesn't pump in the way that it would do. It's just, things feel just very it just doesn't follow like what one think it would when you have a news announcement. But this here, so we've got this mainnet launch, and that's coming, right? That's not here yet. So I would imagine when that happens, that there should be some move going up towards going up to $20. And you can see that a lot is happening really by the end of the fourth quarter. Where will they be? I mean, I'm just saying, I would say maybe a price, I'm speculating $30. $30 by the end of the year. I think that is doable based upon everything that they are doing. And if we go back to the mainnet launch, like if we just go all the way to the top here, and where is it? Where did I want to show you that? Look, Theta Fuel staking mining upline, so 52 days. Theta mainnet says 52 days. So that is those are my thoughts on Theta. And I'll just take one very quick look here at TFUEL, super quick. And let's just see. Wow. Oh my gosh. It's got interesting. It's got a very similar pattern, actually. Very, very similar pattern. Because I know with, like, for example, with VeChain and VeThor, they seem to move differently. But this really, it looks like TFUEL, Theta Fuel really follows a similar pattern to Theta. So I'm not going to go into all technical analysis on this, but what we just did for Theta, just, you can sort of, I think you could apply something similar to this. So there we have it. What I feel overall of Theta now, having looked at this and dived into it, I think it is a super strong project, and you can't really go wrong with it. I think it's something, it's super innovative. In the long run, what is a price prediction based off of what they're doing with this technology? I mean, it would be very realistic for it to eventually be $100 plus token at some point. I think that would be total, maybe even in the hundreds, 2, 3, 400 in time, that could happen because of what it's going to do, and that it's just getting going, and that you have such massive power players in the entertainment industry behind this and who are advising with this. So if you're looking for something to get into in the long term, to hodl, I would say Theta. It's just sort of like you get it and sort of set it and forget it, and then and come back and look in a couple of years, and you'll see that you've done really, really well. And I gave you what my thoughts on for swing trade. So that is it. Let me know if this was helpful to you, or what else you would like when I go through an analysis. I know some of you have asked as well for about Mana, Decentraland. So I'm going to do a video on that soon. And if there's any other tokens you want me to cover, let me know in the comments. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love.